Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. This is our All About the Number journal, and today I'm going to be showing you how I would do number 7, but I suggest starting at number 1 at home and then working your way up to number 9, doing maybe one page every day or every other day. So the first part of this page is to spell the number that you're doing. So we're going to look at each letter in the word 7 and we're going to write it in this box. Let's start. The first letter in 7 is an S. The next letter is an E. Then we have a V, another E, and the last letter is an N. This is the word 7. We just spelled the word 7. The next step is to draw 7 things, and you could draw anything you want. You could draw 7 shapes, 7 dinosaurs, 7 pieces of pizza if that's your favorite food. Today I'm going to draw 7 flowers, and you can use your crayons for this step if you want. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, you can draw anything you want as long as you draw 7 of them. The next step is to do dots. So I have 2 dice here, and if you want, you can use dice for this part of the activity. You can show 7 on a dice in a couple different ways. You could do 3 and 4, that equals 7. You could do 5 and 2, that equals 7. Or you could even do 1 and 6. So I'm going to roll the dice and see what I get so that I can do 7 dots on my dice. And would you look at that? I rolled a 7 on the first try. We have a 1 on this dice and a 6 on this dice. But let's just make sure we have 7 all together. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I need to copy the dots on these dice on my page. 1 dot on this dice, then I have 6 dots on this dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All together, I have 7 dots on these 2 dice. The next step is to do tally marks. We're going to start near this side and we're going to do our tally marks. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do I do for number 5? Cross it. Give it a hug. And then that's a bundle, so I'm going to circle it. Now I know I can't add any more tallies to this bundle. That one is full. And I now need to go over here and add some on this side of the circle. So we have 5. Let's keep going. 6, 7. There we have 7 tally marks. Do you remember what these lines are called? What direction they are? These are called vertical lines. Do you remember what this line is called that goes across? That's called the diagonal line. And if I wanted, I could show you a horizontal line looks like this. Horizontal line goes this way. So we have diagonal, vertical, and horizontal. That's something we briefly talked about before we left for this break. Okay, the next step is to do our 10 frame. A 10 frame has 10 boxes in it, and they always look like this. They're in this kind of setup. When we color in a 10 frame, this is something new to the kids, we always start in the top left box. We work our way to the right, and if we need to, we go to the bottom left, and then continue to work our way right. Sometimes the number we're working on will not keep going into the second row, but sometimes it does. So I'm going to use my crayon for this, and we're going to color 7 boxes. 1, we're going to do 1 at a time. You can even do a pattern if you want. 2, 3, 4, 5, 'and look at that. I filled the top row. Now I need to go to the bottom row and keep going. 6, 7. And the pattern I did for my 10 frame is orange, green, orange, green, orange, green, orange, green. There, I colored 7 boxes in my 10 frame. The next step, we're going to go up here and we're going to trace the 7. For this, you can do crayons, markers, pencil, whatever you want. I'm going to use a crayon. Okay, I'm going to trace the number 7. Remember, I start on the top, you slide across and then slide down. That's how we make the number 7. The next step is to count it. You can use your hands. You don't have to mark anything on the hands on the page if you want. You can just count using your fingers. But I'm going to count, and I'm going to mark the fingers as I count them. This is a strategy we sometimes use, and I noticed that some families were doing this on some of the graphing worksheets I sent home last time, when they had all the bugs and pictures in a big box, and then you had to count how many, like, each insect there were. It can be overwhelming to look at a whole group of pictures and count and figure out, how many there are without counting something twice. So sometimes we use the strategy of marking as we count, so we know we counted that finger and we counted that one, we counted that one, and we don't count them over again and repeat. So I'm going to use a crayon and I'm going to mark on the paper as I count. Again, this is a special strategy we use to help us, especially when we're counting lots of objects on a page. Okay, count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's almost like she painted her nails, huh? Okay, so that's how we count the number 7, and we can mark it like that. The next step is to do the number line. So we're going to look at our number line. It starts at 0 and it ends at 10 for this number line. We're going to find the number we're working on and circle it. So let's see, where's the number 7? There it is. I'm going to circle it. And then I'm going to look at what number comes before 7 and what number comes after 7. The number that comes before 7 is 1 less than 7. So what number is 1 less than 7? It's 6. Now let's look at the number that comes right after 7. This number is 1 more than 7. What number is 1 more than 7? 8. Great job. The last thing that we're going to do, and not everyone will have counting cubes at home, but we use counting cubes in school to build things, like you can build a tower or a bridge, but we also use counting cubes to count. So, right now I have 1, 10, but I'm going to break this up into pieces so that I have only 7. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I have 3 left over. If I wanted to put them back together and have 10, I would have 3 and then 7 ones. So you can use any objects you have at home to count 7 if you'd like, but if you have counting cubes, that's a great tool to use too. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you send me pictures if you do this journal, and I will be collecting it in a couple of weeks to look at it too. Bye!